I'm so very pleased to have Miss Patty Ashworth here, and Patty is a familiar face. She's been around these studios before.
The careful.
I didn't say that. I didn't say how long. Just a few, she's just 20 years younger than I am. There you go. There you go. And Miss Dana Rains, and Miss Dana has got some exciting new developments out at Andalusia Health. Something I consider Department of Andalusia Health another arm that reaches out into the community, and really is going to benefit a lot of people, especially people that work for a living. Because so many diseases, as your literature says, so many diseases are preventable. And what Andalusia Health is all about now is getting great doctors, being a regional player, and helping people live healthy lives.
That's exactly
and that's
right.
what y'all are all about, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. We are very, very, very excited to be here and to be able to partner with Andalusia Health. One of the things that we want to do at this is an employer outreach program. So Patty's job here will be to reach out to the employers and assist them in many areas with the main goal and focus of keeping their employees healthy, happy, and safe. So we do that 4 different ways. Would you like me to talk a little bit about the program first?
Yeah,
Would you rather ask
especially since
okay.
There's people that have business, have workman comp claims, they have group insurance, they have issues that there are people that can actually help them with these issues.
That's exactly right, and that's exactly what we're here to do. And we've got Patty as the point person here, so she would be your go-to person to help you with all of those things: work comp, general health and preventative health, and also any kind of occupational health need that you have, as far as drug screens, physicals, things like this. If you have any questions or anything in those areas that you need any additional help with, rather than trying to decide where in the hospital system you need to navigate, you can call Patty and she will plug you in to the services that you need.
That is so wonderful. And I noticed that the hospital has an advocate for people, like when you check in, they have an advocate to help you. And they have a customer relations person, what I would call it, that would actually help you with your insurance, to help you understand that better. But especially as a small business, you know that you bought the insurance and you know you have the person's card, but then the time comes where you have to actually use the insurance. And you can pre-register your business.
Oh yeah, you can actually call ahead of time and pre-register everything online on the phone. You do it online, save you time and issues at the front desk. It makes it much easier, much faster.
And these, Andalusia has 5 huge regional distributors, and they have a lot of truck drivers. And of course, truck drivers have to maintain a drug screen.
Right.
So you'll be offering that service, or do you offer it now?
Well, Dr. Boynton's office is really, he does a lot of that work already. So a lot of that will continue to go through Dr. Boynton's office,
Okay.
because that's one thing, I think that's one thing that he truly loves to do. He loves the occupational medicine side, but our pieces will be more to, our whole piece, everything about our hospital is to make our community healthier. That's our biggest statement and our biggest goal, and this is one way that we hope to achieve that in helping to make our community healthier, is to provide opportunities for those employers, for their employees to get their annual wellness checkups that they're entitled to, be it through their insurances, to make sure that's happening. We'll help get those appointments set up, help get them to the right physicians.
Welcome back, and thank you for that short break. And got Miss Patty Ashworth here and Miss Dana Rains, and we're talking about Andalusia Health and a brand new service, basically, an expanded service, not brand new, because every month there's an awareness month.
Right.
There's breast cancer awareness month, there's glaucoma awareness month. So many work-related accidents have to do with vision and ambulatory, and every department at the hospital has just seemed to improve dramatically since John Yates has come, since the new CEO. I mean,
Yes.
really, he's on the ball, and Andalusia Health is on the ball of helping the community.
I think so too, and one of the things that WorkPoint Wellness really would like to do, and as Patty is going in and meeting with various employers in the area, is she would really like to educate herself on the wellness benefits and the health benefits that you offer to your employees, and then in turn help the employees understand what their benefits cover. I mean, I know that we're all familiar a lot of times if you're not plugged into a practice or plugged into the medical community, you know, you'll have a tendency to utilize an urgent care or maybe an ER for something that a primary care physician could, you know, take care of for you. So that is one thing we would like to do, is we would like to be able to go in as it's a complimentary service offered to the employers. There's no fee involved, but Patty, as the point person, can come into your place of business. She can meet with your employers and employees, and she can explain and really help break down their benefits to them and help them understand what is covered there, and also help them understand that, you know, a very, very large percentage, possibly 80% of disease could have been preventable with the utilization of the proper preventative care services. And that's one thing that we really want to encourage and educate people to do, is to be on top of their health and to take care and be proactive about things before it becomes a chronic issue that costs not only you a lot of money, but your employer a lot of money as well.
Well, there's a comfort level factor also. You take people like me that are, I've been well my whole life, but I am afraid if I go to the hospital I'll get sick. So therefore,
Yeah.
I won't, it's just getting, you know, if you go to the hospital, you're not going to catch something. And
Yeah.
so, and if you know where to go, then it just seems like you know how men hate to ask directions.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and if their employer and the employees meet with you and they know that there's a comfort level there, they feel like it's a part of the community, just like going to anything else, you know, any other business.
That's exactly right.
Exactly right.
Well, and nobody knows more about you than your personal physician.
Right.
And if your personal physician is in Montgomery, that's just too far away. I think it's so important to use a local physician so that you've got somebody, if and when you have a major event, that person knows everything about you, and you're not walking into being seen by some stranger. You're walking into being seen by somebody who actually knows you and has access to your history.
And if you've already
Immediate.
established with that
Yes.
person before you have a
Yes.
major event, then they're familiar with you and your health
Exactly.
history, and they're much better able to
Exactly.
tell.
So would the wellness, would that be done, the wellness physical, would that be done at the hospital proper? Or?
No, but it would probably be done within their physician offices.
I
We
got you.
wouldn't be doing that at the hospital. I know some of the things that Dr. Boynton actually does. He does DOT physicals and the DOT drug screens and the breath testing, those pieces, and that's actually done in his office. So the things that we would do in terms of wellness within the company is once a month, or we would work on a health event for that company and come in and do some screenings like blood pressure, weight, God forbid the body mass index, a BMI machine. I
That
don't
ought to
want
be
to
against,
touch
that
it.
thing should be against the
I
law.
can't
I don't
imagine
wanna touch
nobody
it.
wants to see, but necessary.
But
yes.
just kind of, helping folks just get a better understanding of their overall wellness, or of what the things that they might need to work on to change to be healthier.
And even perhaps build wellness teams in
Yeah,
businesses.
that's a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
And
a great idea.
And some businesses actually have goals already set for their workforce and for their team, and so we'll find out what those goals are, and we would like to assist in that educational piece, whether it's through Patty or whether it's through, maybe if it's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Patty can come, but somebody from the mammography department of the
Yeah.
hospital can also come and speak to that. So,
yeah, our imaging department has just made leaps and
Stellar.
bounds, hasn't it? Wow.
Awesome.
I mean, you don't have to go out of town to get that imaging
No.
service.
Well, one of the things that was, breast cancer is very near and dear to me, and one of the things that we did was expand our hours for mammography, because it's for working people, especially working women, and sorry guys, but for working women to be able to get to the hospital before 4, it wasn't happening. So we extended our evening hours until 8 o'clock at night, and we're open every other Saturday from 8 in the morning until noon. For appointments for mammo, and which is great, so you're not having to lose any time from work. You can zip in, zip out, and get that accomplished.
And you actually have personnel that
Yes.
are advocates for people that are underinsured or not insured.
Mm-hmm.
There are plans out there because everybody needs to be screened.
Exactly.
Don't let that stop you from being screened
Exactly.
in our community.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because Antelope Health is a community hospital, and Antelope Health is very active in the whole community, and especially all the doctors that you've hired are very active, and the ones that have been here have always been active.
Yes,
But it helps our school system.
it does.
It helps everything. It helps the community,
Yes, it does. Thank you.
and it's so wonderful not to have, I mean, it's not about me, but, you know, I interviewed Dr. Patrick Kelly, and then I went and let him operate on my knee, and I saw him in Winn-Dixie with his wife the other day, and we're buddies now, you know. And isn't that wonderful to actually be in the community and actually see your physician and
Exactly.
know the people that are doing the imaging, knowing that you've created and helped create and continue to create jobs here
Yes.
instead of going out of town.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Shop local, that's our big deal.
Shop local.
Well, a lot of people think, you know, bigger and better is bigger and better, but, you know, you're exactly right. This is a great health system here and very fortunate to have this so that it's easily accessible to you. You don't want to be in an emergency situation and have to be in Montgomery,
Right.
Enterprise, or somewhere
Yeah.
outside, long too far away.
You getting another cardiologist? Just got Dr. Price so far.
I'm still working Dr. Price hard.
Boy, y'all gonna have to give that boy a break now.
He's doing a great job. You know, we received our chest pain accreditation, and he is working. We will be opening our cath lab here in the late fall, probably November.
Really?
Yes.
It's wonderful to know that if you think that you're having problems, go ahead and go to the emergency room. And if you're not, they'll let you go.
Exactly.
But if you are, they got somebody that can take care of. They're certified, heart. They're ready.
Chest pain accredited.
Chest
yes.
pain accredited.
Well, and the biggest piece that we push with the chest pain is call 911. That rescue squad's going to get to you and begin your treatment before you get to us. Coming by private vehicle is not as smart as calling 911.
I'm glad you brought that up. You
It's
know,
so important.
so many things. We'll take a short break, and I think we'll come back in just a minute with more from Miss Dinah Raines and Miss Patty Ashworth with Andalusia Health and our WorkPoint Wellness.
Andalusia Regional Hospital is now Andalusia Health, welcoming health in new ways, saying hello to new beginnings, and faster recoveries for strong finishes, providing convenient care when and where you need it, and advanced technologies for specialized procedures, making our communities healthier, so that you can say, hello, health. Andalusia Health. Welcome to wellness.
Welcome back, and thank you so very much for joining us. Got Miss Dinah Raines over there and Miss Patty Ashworth, and they both represent a wonderful place here in Covenant County called Andalusia Health. And we talked about Covenant County because our viewers are wide and they're red level. We got a big red level contingency. And Kinston even,
Yeah,
believe it
there
or not.
you
Hey,
go.
Kinston, you're welcome to come to Andalusia Health. And we're going to talk about the wellness part of our life and about our new department that we have at the hospital. What is that going to be called, Patty?
WorkPoint Wellness.
WorkPoint Wellness.
And one of the things that I will be doing, along with some other folks from the hospital, is to provide some wellness education and wellness screenings within the companies that we will be working with, looking at blood pressures, the body mass index, the BMI, which I will probably run in the other direction from that. But Dana, what we talked about just during the break a little bit, is that in some of these events, and we've done health fairs for several different companies for several years now, we have found some dangerously high blood pressures on people that were not really aware that they had any blood pressure issues, and we were able to get those to a physician to be seen. So that's very important. Most people, there are a lot of people walking around that are time bombs. They have no clue that they have blood pressures that are out of control. They just feel like, oh well, I'm just, I feel a little funny today, but not real worried about it. And you and I talked a little bit on break about the chest pain clinic and the importance of calling 911 and not waiting. That's a lot of what I'm thinking about when I'm in the industries is don't wait. Let me do your blood pressures. Let me help you with looking at where those pieces are and then get you to the right person to help you. The bad side, the negative effect of not taking care of yourself is a catastrophic heart attack, a catastrophic stroke, because your blood pressures or your everything was so out of control. And we could have prevented that. We could have saved it. And it's just, I think that's the most heartbreaking piece, is realizing some of those that had they taken better care or been more involved with their own health, making those right personal choices, it would have made a big difference.
Well, let me get this straight for our viewing audience. As an employer, I can call Patty Ashworth out at Andalusia Health, and you'll actually help set up a wellness day at my business?
Yes, we can do, we do large fairs. We've done them for several years now with Covington Electric, Shaw Industries, and Power South. We've always helped with their
Right.
particular fairs. They, we are, some of them we do it all, and some of them we're just a small part of helping with that. We do, we can do blood work and different kinds of screenings for those employers, yes.
Well, that's amazing, and,
One way that we get started in that is that, you know, if you are interested in this and you contact Patty, she will come out and set up a meeting with you and a representative from your company. And we like to ask a lot of questions to find out what your needs are and where we could help, whether it be in these areas that we were talking about before. It could be work comp, it could be general health, it could be all of those type of things. So we'll ask a lot of questions, we'll find out what you need, and then we'll offer that feedback back
Right.
into the hospital, and then we'll tailor a program for you based on where your focus is and what your need is for your employees.
well, I know workman compensation can be a sticky issue in Alabama, so do y'all help with that?
We do help with that. Workers' compensation is something that we are very well versed in and can assist with. I know it can be a huge barrier and a barrier a lot of times for your smaller companies especially. So, I mean, you see Patty and you see myself as the face of the program, but also behind us, we have a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week call center that's care coordination based. And they can work behind the scenes with your work comp adjusters to really make sure that your employee is taken care of in a timely and quick manner and return to work as soon as possible, to work even within the parameters of their injury, because we know that, you know, you want them back to work and they want to come back to work as well. So that is really a huge piece and a huge assistance to employers in the area to have that behind them.
Well, that's a win-win, because that's a service that, to my knowledge, has not been available in this part of the world.
That's unique
And
to
it's
us.
something that is, I think, be wonderfully received by both the employee and the employer.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And we work one-on-one and hand-in-hand with the hospital to make sure that that happens and make sure that it happens. You know, like I said, I want to reiterate that we, our focus is the health of the employee, also to get them back to work, but also to the employer, because we
Right.
know that, you know, it increases their cost whenever this does not happen in a real efficient manner, and it affects their bottom line as well. So,
Is there a charge for all this service?
no.
It's free?
It's free.
You mean they can call, and that is just wonderful service.
Yes,
That's
yes.
another great branch of Andalusia Health is reaching out in the community.
Yes,
Well-
very important to them.
We did a kickoff back in June with the chamber. We had chamber breakfast at the
Yeah.
hospital, and that's when we first started rolling out this particular program. And since then, I've been able to meet with several different companies, and it's really exciting. It's exciting to see them engaged and wanting to do more to help their employees.
That is wonderful.
Yes.
What a great service. What can we as a community do to spread the word that will, you know, if you work at Shaw, if you work at, we don't have to work at the big companies.
No.
If you work somewhere, you can tell your
Tell them
boss.
to call. Yes, tell them to call.
Yes, large or small.
How do they get in touch with Miss Patty?
My direct line at the hospital is 428-7001. I wanted 007, but I didn't get it, so it's
Well, it's
7001.
7001. That's close to
kinda
being
close.
007. That is great. Or, as usual, you can call the hospital and they will, and you tell them what you want and they'll find Patty.
They can
That's what
find
I
me
have to do.
anywhere. They can find me anywhere.
Yeah, they can find her anywhere, believe me.
Right.
And be glad to.
Probably contact the chamber as well.
Yeah, and
right?
the chamber's got info
Got
on
her
us as well
information.
too, so,
Y'all have a web page? I know the hospital has a web page.
yes. This would be part of it's all part of the hospital, so, we'll have something up there soon.
Well, it's just another great service of Andalusia Health. Miss Dana Raines and Miss Patty Ashworth from Andalusia Health and the
WorkPoint Wellness.
WorkPoint Wellness. Sometimes I get like 007 and 7001 backwards, but I'm telling you, to go forward with your business and to go forward with your health, this is a wonderful program.
Thank you.
Thank y'all both so much for being here.
Thank
And as always, thank y'all for watching. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can call Patty Ashworth at, it's a 222 or 488?
428-7001.
428-7001 at Andalusia Health, located right down the street at South 39th Street. If you get confused, if I've confused you, just call the hospital and tell them You want to talk to Patty? There's only one Patty out there.
Patty can,
Thank God.
Patty's a
I
girl.
don't think they can
No,
handle two of us.
just one Patty. Better to pay her basis. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here.
Thanks, Bob.